Yo, welcome to another episode of the Animates podcast. It's your boy KB,
Big Mux,
TJ,
Adjola in the building.
Madara's daughter.
Okay, the full squad A.
Five man up. You missed TJ, man. We've missed you, bro.
Word, man.
Where you been, my guy?
had stuff to do.
Fucking Deku, innit? Fucking your boy. He teach you the Detroit or smash.
Calm. You don't keep playing Deku like
done with
but it's calm.
I'm done.
Keep playing Deku. Keep
It's
playing
a mad
Deku.
one, fam.
Oh, man.
Listen, there's a lot of Neeks in the anime universe, but
Oh, what is the
Let's
argument?
say that-
Deku's a Neek.
yeah, no, Deku's a Neek,
He's a
guaranteed.
Neek, bro.
But Naruto's a Neek too.
Naruto's a
He's
Neek.
not a Neek.
What main character's not a Neek?
Oh, man.
A Neek.
Let me
Define
ask you,
Neek.
it's gonna be- it's
Wait,
gonna
wait.
be-
Gone.
Define
it's a
Neek.
He's a Neek, man. No, you know what?
Oh my God.
You know why Gon? You know why I rate Gon? Gon's cool, yeah, because he managed. He said he went on dates with multiple women, like, but it's the way they act. Like, anime is generally comedic, so it's kind of like you see the stupid things that characters do, which make them Neeky.
No, but
Define
bro,
Neek.
define Neek.
Kevin defines Neek as a mix between
geek
and a nerd.
Hence Neek.
But we know the streets do not define Neek as a geek and nerd.
So
what's
define
your
it. What's your
definition,
definition?
bro?
A loser.
Guys, we need to...
Neek,
yo,
Neek. No. When I say a loser, Neek encompasses many words such as loser, geek, nerd. It encompasses so much things that when you call someone a Neek, you're not just calling them a Neek because they're a nerd or whatever. You're calling them a Neek because they have traits of being a loser, being a geek, being a nerd.
Is a geek a loser?
No, I've never said a geek is a loser,
So therefore, I personally would say a Neek's a loser.
bro. So when you said to me people are Neeks, what are you saying?
Look at Deku.
No, but when you say, I'm asking you a question.
Yeah.
When you've said to me people are Neeks,
Yeah.
what are you saying? Are you saying that they're a geek and a nerd, or are you saying they're
I
not?
haven't called people Neeks. I don't call people Neeks.
Hey, you man. 2 minutes in, yeah.
Kevin, you're gassing.
2 minutes in, yeah.
You're gassing.
These viewers got to know in it like a Neek. There's nothing wrong with being a Neek on this podcast.
all.
We accommodate all of you Neeks. We accommodate all you
Aren't
geeks.
We've even
Neeks
got
to a
our own
certain
Neek.
extent, though?
Oh, yeah,
We've
yeah.
got-
Neeks ourselves.
We've got no. You're a Neek.
I think we're all Neeks. Like,
I think we're all Neeks still.
Yeah,
Why?
I
Because we watch
Still.
anime.
We got all better Neek in us still, but moving swiftly forward. The latest episode of Promise Neverland, niggas.
Boy.
You guys need to. Why'd you guys rate this anime so highly?
Bruv, this anime
7
is-
episodes in.
And it's
I'm not
phenomenal.
saying it's very good. Yeah, but why is it rated so
Do you know why?
highly?
Yeah, I feel like there's a gap that needs to be filled up.
And what's
It's
that?
doing that in terms of an anime that can take the whole community by storm and lead it. Because I feel like that's what we're missing.
Oh
right now.
yeah,
you get what I mean?
we love a leader. We do love
And
a
I feel
leader
like Promised
still.
Neverland of the newer generation of anime
Mhm.
can potentially be that anime.
Okay.
And I feel like it's doing it well.
It's doing it very well.
Do you think it's an anime that can, like, so say Naruto, so like Naruto's an anime that made people want to start watching anime. Do you reckon Promised Neverland can do that?
That's a very good question.
No, I don't think
Because
that's
that's
what.
what that's how. But
I don't think it
you
is.
have
because
to
that's
be
how you
in
define
the
generation.
Yeah, I feel like you have to be in
the genre, because a lot of people who I know that don't like horror, and so therefore would not like this anime.
To some extent, but again, it's still shonen. I think from the description, it still says shonen on the description, so it still falls within the shonen category.
Yeah, but I feel like, you know, with anime, I think we just talk about it based on like what we watch and what we enjoy. But whereas I think in Japan they take a lot of things into consideration, like the type of studio that it's with. I think a lot of people like look at that. The people who you know, do the opening, for example, the people who do the opening did the same. Did the opening for Boku no Hero, and as well as
Oh, swear.
yeah. So Boku no Hero season 3, I believe, open 1. And
Oh, nice.
Aono Exorcist as well, Blue Exorcist, they did one of the opens for that as well. So I think there's a lot of things that they take into consideration when they actually put an anime as like, oh, this is the popular anime that's come out now. So I think what affects Japan in terms of like obviously popularity, it comes here as well, and it is brought here as well. So obviously like Crunchyroll, for example,
That's our medium.
Yeah,
that's
when-
our like our gauge. To
Yeah.
what's popping.
So when Crunchyroll, when Promised Neverland first came out, everything I was seeing on Crunchyroll was Promised Neverland.
Yeah.
All the
Yeah.
trailers,
Yeah.
everything
All
was
the
just
little update
similar to your
emails.
Netflix backy. That they
yeah,
pushed out.
exactly.
Yeah.
So they were
Yeah,
pushing it. They were
definitely.
really pushing it. So that's the reason why I feel like it became popular. Whereas I know I watch a horror anime where I watch it, and from the get-go, from the first episode, there's already a shock factor. But they're not as popular because they're not pushed. You can't even find them.
I don't think the viewers really
Netflix.
know, how
Not,
deep
Crunchyroll.
of a thriller nerd you actually are, you know. A gore nerd.
Oh,
like,
they will know soon.
Like, you man,
It'll be exposed.
you're gonna see that this Madeline's daughter, she is nothing like a cuddly teddy bear. She's more of the. See, I was gonna say the teddy bear from One Piece, but you won't get the reference.
He literally just called you a Neek.
No, I accept that. You know, like, obviously, I don't want to go too deep into
Do you
it.
embrace
but,
it? How
I do embrace it
I
because
embrace it still.
when growing up, obviously, watching anime wasn't something that was,
Yeah.
you know, seen as cool. So
Yeah.
if you watched anime, you're a Neek. So I used to get called a Neek all the time because I watched anime. And I think I've just got to the point where I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm a Neek. I watch anime. My entire life is probably even surrounded by this entity. Like, that's the path I want to drive my career towards. Like,
One thing I wanted to ask, like, just the Animates team about who do we feel like our actual audience is? Like, do you feel like we have an obligation to apply to us anime lovers that love anime as much as Madra's daughter here, or some a bit more casual ones? I'll say like myself, where I like the big three, I like the mainstream. I'm not really looking out too much for the hidden gems, because I'd rather when the hidden gems become gems, I'll watch the gems type thing. So I'm kind of that type of person. So do you feel like we talk enough to both types?
I feel like we are targeting everyone that wants to talk about anime and increase anime discussion. And I feel like that's reflective in terms of the people in Animate's team. We're all on different levels.
That's true.
So
Very
therefore,
true.
when we speak, we can kind of target different individuals. Even from something as little as having females on, do you know what I mean? So females don't even feel isolated to some extent.
Yeah.
So the answer to that is
That's why I like having
Yeah,
TJ on,
'cause-
bro.
all.
You know why TJ, yeah? TJ's perspective, yeah, on anime is so diverse. It's like you take 2 steps back.
It's called range.
It's good though.
Bro,
you need
no,
that.
no, you take
need
2
that.
steps back,
in the
bro.
wrong direction.
Sometimes, innit? Sometimes, innit? But no. Sometimes,
needed.
innit?
But
But
it's good. It's good having a balance there.
Yeah.
I feel like
he adds
I
a
feel
different
like
dynamic,
balance.
which is important.
I remember. I think I
Good.
told Kevin. It's like, for example, with I watch a lot of Anitubers, like a lot of people who do anime on YouTube, and there's not really people who I can be like, yeah, I can sit there and have a conversation with them. It's either they're like, there's some people who are too analytical.
Analytical, yeah.
It's too much for me.
Too in-depth.
They literally pick. When I say the tiniest thing, they will literally pick
I
at
can't
it.
lie, that's me.
We got KB.
I
When it
know,
comes
but
to
like
the
you're
real,
you're still like someone I can have a debate about. Like I can still have a conversation. I feel like they would just shut me down before I can even say 2
It's
things.
like episode 65.
And kind of thing, and kind of thing, and then
Bro, you have
When they
Only
turned
with the
around the
real.
blue in the shirt,
exactly,
went
and
to
then
lie,
there's
like,
no,
it's
I
not
don't
solid,
think like they don't have that, like I would say urban vibe, like
Yeah.
British people. Like it's mainly Americans,
Yeah.
YouTubers, and there's not really anyone that can be like, okay, yeah, I can have a conversation with them because they understand like this is where I
That's a great
live
point,
and
because
things like that.
That's why, honestly, I feel like platforms like this are so important
Yeah,
for
man.
anime. Do you know what I mean? I feel like we're changing the agenda, we're changing the scene, so people can be
Definitely.
more upfront with it, or don't necessarily feel like they're neeks to hide it. Do you know what I mean? And they can have more people to discuss and get the ideas with and debate. And
Yeah.
it's really important. It's really
I
important.
know exactly what we're gonna name this episode.
Neeks. Kevin could tell you what Sasuke was wearing in episode 365.
But in terms of
Light
our
work,
contribution, I feel like our
It's
contributions
probably
are
Deku's book, my
unnecessary.
guy.
Because if you think back to secondary school,
10 out of 10 excuse.
where you have them, when you have them conversations, lunchtime, or even university, it depends on obviously when you got into anime and how you did that. It's just a platform that you know that there's other people that are ready to bounce about it, get serious about it, get as emotional attached
Yeah.
as you are, and do all of that stuff.
Because I remember when Neji died, me and my friend were literally
it's
on the
big.
phone. We're literally there like, can you believe this? Like, did you understand? Because we obviously read the manga together, so we were there like, oh my god. And then obviously we had friends who hadn't read the manga,
Well, it's kind of like when
and
Sam
we're
Lee
just
died.
sad, and they just don't understand why like, we're sad. Like we can't tell them because that's a big spoiler in it. Because I
My
remember.
sister belled me and she was like, "Did you hear about what happened to Neji?" And I was
dead,
like,
fam.
"Bisala, you're gonna make
I
me
miss
cry."
these things, man.
I do miss it though. I do miss it.
Damn.
Is Naruto the only anime that can bring that for you?
I'm not saying that. I'm
finished.
just saying
No,
that's
No,
what
it's finished.
happened.
It's the only one that could do it now because Naruto's finished. So, for example, if One Piece finishes on an up,
Ooh,
speculation. If One Piece finishes on an up, we'll be like, remember when Whitebeard died? Remember when Ace died?
No.
Spoilers.
I think Attack on Titan did that though, because when we were watching it, like every single episode, I think it kind of ended at a cliffhanger. So I think there were conversations that were really like, you know what I mean? Like, we can't wait for the next episode to come out and stuff like that. So I think Attack on Titan, I think there was one as well that's kind of underrated, which is Erased. I don't know if anybody's seen Erased.
Oh yeah, the time travel.
Yeah, you've not seen Erased.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And Steingate as well.
And Stein Days, yeah. So animes like that, obviously they're hidden gems, like you would call them. But they're the ones who like, they basically captivated the anime like society by storm, because Erased, every single episode was a cliffhanger. Like every episode ended a cliffhanger. So it was impossible not to have conversations with people, but then it was hard because there's barely anyone who was watching anime. You know what I mean?
Because even like when I was in school and whatnot, not even more so school, but like uni, I remember like they had this anime and manga society.
I have that. I have that.
They're looking at me like one black boy dressed like in tracksuits and that, like he actually watches anime kind of thing. Because I don't look like your generic guy, but it just goes to show that anime is a thing where it's just increasing over time and more people getting involved, and you'll be shocked about who actually does watch anime.
Yeah, you'll be shocked. I still get to this day like, you watch anime? I'm like, yeah, like how's that so shocking?
Anime crazy, at the moment is like a covenant between like one person and another, where you could not know that person from Adams. You could have never met that person could look completely different to you, but if you watch the same anime,
that's like us right now.
Do you know
actually.
what I mean?
Literally like us right now. It's because you know like when you mention Neji, for example, I already know the emotion you're talking about.
Yeah.
And the episodes you've watched, and it's just like when someone else has watched as many episodes as you are, it's like you're automatically going to be on the same wavelength no matter what. So,
connections there. Or when Naruto found out that Jiraiya had died.
Oh, don't even get me started.
My heart broke. My heart literally broke.
Actually,
Like,
I can't empathize with that car. Like, no, don't touch me the same way.
You're
But
busy.
I wish
You're busy staying in the
on the real. I'm not
grandlands,
even trying to
like,
put the roll down for that, but I feel like I didn't watch it right, which is a big L. Do you know what I mean? Like, one of the greatest animes of my time, and I didn't watch it right. I don't feel them same things, and I watched it the same way. Do you know what I mean? Ace died same way. Whitebeard died is the same way that Jiraiya died for me. Is the same way that all of these guys died. So I didn't really feel it your way, and to some extent, it's kind of like that's the special thing you guys have, not necessarily with anime heads, but with Naruto heads specifically. So
I get you. But yeah, so we're gonna actually try something new. It was actually suggested by TJ. So basically, listeners, we're gonna try something completely new, but I'm excited for it. So it's a thing where we basically all gonna choose a supporting character, and we're kind of just gonna freestyle it and state why our supporting character is the best one, and then kind of, not in a harmful way or aggressive way, but just kind of bash and discredit other characters that they've chosen, and kind of just try to put your character on a pedestal as to why it's the best supporting character.
it's a Royal Rumble, baby.
It's a Royal Rumble.
Get your questions in for next week on
100%.
who you would want us, like questions like who's the best supporting character for us to debate, and we'll bring our own opinions and you give your opinions online too.
Yeah, so there's going to be a live poll. I think that we'll do one on the Instagram stories to vote. And we'll do one on the Twitter as well to vote. So let's get it. Let's get
ready to rumble. And no claps. Alright, fuck you, man. Anyway. Alright. TJ, come on, man.
Word.
Yeah, it was your idea.
It's your idea, my guy.
Are we saying
groundwork, baby?
Okay, so for the best supporting character, I have gone with Zoro.
Why?
From One Piece.
Zoro.
I was gonna say Ronaldo, but I didn't know if I was correct.
No, that's right, baby.
But yeah, Zoro. It's just like, for me, I think Zoro is what a second in command should be. KB's face right there made me laugh. I just felt like, when you watch One Piece, when you first got introduced to Zoro, he just had that. Yeah, this guy.
The first Namaka as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Iconic.
He was the first crewmate, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So like people often I feel like if Luffy wasn't there, you could possibly think Zoro's the captain of the Straw
Bro,
Hat.
it's stated many times.
Like you
One
would
Piece.
genuinely believe he is the captain if Luffy wasn't there.
Yeah.
No? You guys don't think so?
No, easily.
Oh, this is
anyone
One Piece
disagree?
head.
Oh, sorry.
He's got
Anyone
it.
Actually, I can't give you the exact episodes.
You One Piece,
innit?
like you don't indulge in One Piece like that.
Yeah, no, there's many times.
If Luffy was not there,
Prime example was when Usopp left.
Genuinely,
When Usopp was about to leave,
how many
he's the one.
Yeah.
When Zoro's like, Luffy, this ain't no pirate game.
Yeah,
if you're in it, we're in it to do it for
even
real.
when they were about to go fight Kaido, do you remember when he was chilling and he was like,
Bro,
it gets serious from now on, boys.
I don't know if I should shut you down now or later.
Go on then, tell us.
As of right now,
we're talking about Zoro. We're not talking about One Piece, my guy. What's going on, my guy?
As of right now, personally,
Mm-hmm.
if Luffy was not there, and I feel like a lot of people will agree with you, Zoro's the guy, but I feel like a lot of people will agree with me when I say I would put Jinbei as second in command. Because he's actually captained a crew before, and he's an official member of the Straw Hat Pirates.
No, you need to deep. Zoro was the first crewmate.
No,
he's second in command for a reason.
Don't misinterpret what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, officially, Zoro is number 2 in
But
command.
your argument is that Jinbei has the ability to captain a crew.
100%.
Not this crew, because
He could.
No, you need to deep. To become a captain of a crew, you need to have emotional ties with everyone. Yeah, and Zoro clearly has that. Jinbei's still a new member, so he's still getting, like, it's just like, I can't come to a new football team and be the captain straight away. Why? Because
Virgil van Dijk.
No.
Liverpool.
No.
Do you know how I say it?
Was he the captain straight away?
He could be.
No. Was he the captain?
He could.
Was.
Bro, Jinbei is not the captain. Zoro is not the captain. They can be.
No.
Virgil van Dijk can be.
He can't be because he just came. He needs to earn the respect of his Namaka. Yeah, that's what makes a captain. Someone who's respected by others. Bro, if you came in and told me, "Oh, you're my new captain," I'll look at you like, bro, Captain
Vin.
I feel like that whole Jinbei thing.
DJ, honestly, I hear what you're saying.
Bro,
It
don't hold firm.
it's nothing personal.
You can clearly
It's
see
just
how
podcast.
heated this is gonna get.
This
Clearly.
energy.
You can clearly see how heated.
I feel like Zoro's a shit choice for different reasons, though.
Okay, cool.
I feel like
let me finish.
yeah,
and
you
go
land,
and
you
say
land,
what
you land.
I
Yeah,
think-
right.
you know, I wrote this down, bro. I told you. I did my research.
Wow.
Alright, cool.
Neek.
It's calm. That's calm. Dude. That's calm. You know, if being a Neek makes me want to argue my best argument,
There's nothing
then
wrong
calm.
with being a Neek, my guy.
Alright, that's why you're one.
We're all Neeks here.
Yeah, no, you're the biggest. But anyway, you know. So yeah. I think often people also forget, like, Zoro holds weight in the One Piece world as well because he's part of the worst generation. I think people often forget that and always just see him as he's just a second in command. But people often forget he's the only one and Killer who are not captains in the worst generation. Yeah? So that just shows the level of potential that he's...
I think that's even emphasized by Somebody 7 arc where Zoro was about to kill one of the celestial dragons, fam.
And they're all looking at him like...
And Bonnie was like...
I hate... No, so finish.
Bonnie was like... yo, does this guy not have a captain? Because
he's
it's
loose.
kind of like he's mad loose.
You would honestly like he could not be he could be a captain. He could be a captain. Yeah,
I agree.
Often I think people forget that he holds weight in the One Piece world. You know, and also after Ryuma in the I forgot what arc it was. Who was the guy? What was the guy's name? You know the one where
you got it written down?
Nah, bro, I'm not neat.
He's doing exactly what Deku does, though.
Yeah.
Like, he's got it on lock, man.
Respect, because after Ryuma, Zoro is the first known person to kill a dragon. Hey, listen. Yeah. No. Listen. This is serious. I'm showing you the weight. No.
Oh my god.
Hey, listen.
That's what these
Calm. Listen, what I'm doing is arguing on a point.
Nah, I get you. Finish the point.
And if you then it's cool.
Lad.
But
First
calm.
known person to slay a dragon.
No. I'm sure this is a testament to the weight Zoro holds in the world. Like, although that their weight is not that big, you know, Zoro still holds weight relatively when you're speaking in context of the pirates and everything. Yeah. So yeah, after Ryuma, Zoro was the first known person to kill a dragon, which made Ryuma a legend and both of them killed the dragon in the same way. So if you see that, Zoro may go down in history. Like the potential of Zoro, like if Zoro ends right, and you know he has the fights that like he needs to he can potentially go in the right direction. And honestly, like I personally feel like I'm not saying that Zoro affects the world more than Luffy or anything, but I feel like Zoro can carry the straw hats on his own, you know. But you know, he's always said like Luffy's there, he respects Luffy, like because Luffy saved him or whatever, you know, kind of thing. And also, just you ready? Yeah, open your ears. Yeah, calm. And also in Japanese fan polls, Zoro was consistently the second most popular character until Law was introduced, and then Law served.
Another swordsman.
No. But we know who's stronger, Zoro or Law.
You tell me.
I personally think Zoro. I think the way the anime is going, and at the end we'll see Zoro will be stronger.
In Sabado Arc with the bounties, Law was definitely stronger.
Chilling here.
Yeah, what's Law's bounty?
They're getting hype over
Higher than Zoro's.
Right now. Well,
right now I don't know.
Zoro's hasn't changed for a while.
He's worst generation though.
Yeah, no. Yeah, exactly.
But remember, it was implied Kid, Law, and Luffy were the leaders. Yeah, the leaders of the generation.
But that's fine. But if Zoro's still there, like I don't see Sanji there. You know,
Killer is though.
Killer, I told you Killer's there.
I knew he was there.
Oh, okay, calm. Bro, for me, it's the way he conducts himself in the anime. You know, always training. You know, he has his goals set right. Like for him, everything he does is an act for the crew. He's not like when I say supporting character, look how he helps Luffy so much. Like he tells, like Merc said, he tells Luffy when to pattern up. Like Luffy, if you're telling the captain, bro, Zoro's basically controlling Luffy in a sense that if he's telling Luffy, you need to pattern up. Like what we're trying to do is no joke.
It's no pirate game, nigga.
Exactly. Yeah. Then like that shows like you hold weight. Even the captain respects you.
Yes.
You know, and that's why I feel like, for me, like look, even when he was fighting that guy in
speculation, I think it'll target the thing that would destroy that point is if Sanji comes back and Luffy doesn't say anything, then that will kind of just make Zoro look a bit. Because remember, Zoro said something like, anyone that wants to leave the crew or something, I'm going to leave.
Did Sanji say, I want to leave the crew?
Gee, he said he's going to leave the crew.
No, you have to think.
Luffy in the face.
No. Think about what he said when he was on Zoro. When he was on Zoro, they read the letter that Sanji left behind, he was more than open for Luffy to go his way and Zoro to go his way, only because he understood the depth of what Zoro was trying to do. Similar with Robin, the same way they didn't get mad at Robin for leaving the crew, the same way they didn't get mad at Sanji, so you can't keep that energy.
Thank you, Max.
I'm just saying, it's a bit hard to say that energy should be consistent if you're showing outliers in what happened. Like Robin left.
Yeah, no, exactly, no.
But you know what I mean? But then Zoro's we've acting all big boy when people have actually left.
No.
My guy, what you really done, my guy?
What Zoro was kind of,
but it's a theory though.
Yeah, no. What Zoro was trying to say about Sanji was because Sanji actually challenged Luffy. It wasn't for the Usopp actually challenged Luffy. It wasn't for the benefits of the Straw Hats.
But said Sanji did challenge Luffy, kicked his face.
Bro. Oh yeah. But after the letter was sent,
doesn't matter.
It does matter because it's why Luffy went to go get him. Luffy did not go get Usopp. See the difference there. So what am I trying to say though?
He didn't go get him.
Yeah. I was gonna say something. I'm a bit confused now.
But bro, I was talking about leaving the crew though. That's all I'm saying.
Alright, cool. But we know what reason Zoro had. My Zoro, man, get me bare fucked up now. Sanji. Anyway, all of them, man. Wait, what are we talking about right now? Are we talking about like the main support character or main second character?
We're doing both. We're choosing the second character, which is the main support character.
Yeah, which is
not in all cases, but
in most cases.
In most cases.
What do you mean?
This is a different argument with itself, though.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was trying to get the parameters right off the bat. So it's like, for example, Sasuke to Naruto is not what Zoro is to Luffy.
Yes, he would be in the context of One Piece.
Yeah, like
no, in the context of One Piece, would be
if the story's based around rival, Straw Hats pirates. No.
Your equal rival. That's what supporting character mean in Naruto.
No. We mean support character, the second support character.
Yeah.
To the main, and it's Zoro. the second support character to Naruto is Sasuke.
So who would you say argue it? It can't be anyone else.
Perfect. Who would you say he is?
Yeah.
Blackbeard.
No, that's not a support.
Sorry.
That's not what we're saying.
Alright, cool. I just want to make sure because now that means Sasuke wouldn't be Naruto. That's what I'm a bit confused about now.
He would,
yeah, because remember they grew up together and then they went their separate ways. So in a sense that he was supporting the anime till a certain point, and then
like remember even in the group chat we had like the four. We had Zoro, Vegeta, Killua, Sasuke, or someone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So Zoro,
but actually, that question was a bit
Vegeta
as well.
Character.
But the question was so ambiguous as well in the group chat.
I get what you mean, but it's like Vegeta would still be Goku's support. Do you get it?
Alright, cool. In that case, did you have more on your list?
Huh?
Did you have more on your list?
Get it all out,
no. All I want to say is, listen, if Zoro is more popular than every other character, and he's also more popular than Luffy, it just shows you like a lot of people love Zoro, and that's what I feel like. He's a good supporting character. I feel like all his actions are for the crew and for his goal. He's not selfish, unlike other characters that we've seen. You know, So for me, and I feel like he's got One Piece sauce, you know, and yeah.
He wants to go next.
You go next, my guy.
No, do you know why I don't want to go next? Because I don't think I've grasped the concept properly. I feel like I need to hear someone else's.
Who's your character?
I can't tell you yet. Because it might change depending on what the concept is. Ads. Let me hear yours.
So a couple weeks ago, I think we were bringing up greatest plot twist, and I think I brought up Fate's Day Night.
Episode 4.
What?
If you haven't watched episode. What?
Episode 4?
Plot twist?
That's 6.
Are you sure not 4?
Shots, plots, and
Shots and plots.
I was sports anime was sorry.
It's alright, man. It's alright.
Kevin coming through with the encyclopedia
anime
memory
sneak.
already.
Sorry.
Fam, episode 6, where we were talking about plot twist, I brought up Fate's Day Night. One of the long-running characters in the series is the saber of the Holy Grail Wars. So all of the heroes that can be summoned from the Throne of Heroes, they can fall under a different class. You have Assassin, you have Berserker. Saber is the one who is basically beloved in the series because her true name is Arturia Pendragon, so she's King Arthur, effectively. Okay. So she comes back from beyond the grave.
Is she the support?
She's the support.
Is that who you're vibing with now?
Yeah.
What's her name?
This is who I'm vibing with. She's addressed as Saber, but her full name is Arturia Pendragon, or King Arthur.
So Zoro is comparing with
King Arthur, effectively.
Alright, cool.
So
I think Zoro wins, by the way, but guy.
You're gonna have to let me land. You're gonna have to let me land.
You have to make this good, bruv, because we've just had TJ come on with some monster story.
Wait, don't I mean I have to do my research as well for my characters?
Wait, you don't know your...
I know my characters, but he do you see
I know
he was like,
trust me,
Zoro is
I you not to do that.
Ads, please come correcting it, because I want to believe in this character and this support character.
So the whole point of the Holy Grail Wars is that 7 people are chosen, and effectively they have to murder the other masters in the war using their hero support summoned character. Arturia wasn't summoned in the Holy Grail War that Shiro was involved in. She was summoned all the way back when his adopted father, the Mage Killer, was in the Holy Grail Wars, him and his wife. And she stuck by them throughout the entire war, even though
and the person she's stuck in by is the main character.
Yeah, even though
cool.
King Arthur is the very spirit of chivalry, honor, all of that, his father was an assassin. So she was willing to give up her ideals, everything that basically caused her to die, destroyed her kingdom, whatever. She gave up all of that to support Kitsurugi through his entire campaign. Okay. And when he died, and when his wife passed away, then transferred that to Shiro, to the point where she basically nearly died for him several times throughout the entire series.
Why did she sacrifice everything to support?
Because she works for him, blood. She was his slave.
Because at the end of the day...
No? Am I off?
No, because at the end of the day, the whole point is to obtain the Holy Grail. The Holy Grail grants the winner, effectively, one wish in the world. Any wish.
I should have got the Dragon Ball from Namek.
It's not for her, though. It's for the person she's supporting, right?
Yeah, but if she... To some extent, if he didn't get his, or he didn't, for some reason, wish to use it for himself, she would gain it.
I want to ask you one question.
And does she, on that belief that he's not going to use it for himself, that she's going to use it?
Would you not?
It's for the captain. She's a support. She can't use it for herself. She's the support.
Even if she doesn't know 100% that she could get it.
So they've been basically summoned to just help
fight their battles, help them,
basically.
aid them
So like a
in obtaining
Pokemon,
the
like
Holy
if you're in
Grail.
a fight and you
Yeah,
get a Pokemon
but
to come and
the way
fight
it is,
you.
like, they're these beings who basically died, basically, like King Arthur, basically. Now he's
Heroes
so
throughout
they
history.
have so they have Saber, they have Lancer, they have Archer, they have Assassin, they have Berserker. So they're all these people who basically protect. They literally put their life on the line to protect their master, basically. And their masters tend to be mages as well, so they tend to have like so they're not only fighting and they're just standing there watching the entire thing unfold. They're also fighting themselves. And obviously, if you watch it, you understand the fights get so really really hectic.
There are a couple of rules to the Holy Grail War. First of all, is that no civilians who are unaware of magic and that entire world can be involved. The second is that every single summoned hero from the Throne of Heroes is affected by the command seals that appear on the Masters of the Holy Grail War. So if you were summoned, for example, from the Throne of Heroes, you'd have 2 command seals linking you to your master that your master could use to command you, and you wouldn't be able to refuse the command.
Cool. I understand that.
Also,
I understand that, but you mentioned she sacrificed everything to work for this guy.
yeah.
How?
Because she believed that his ideal was just. And this is the whole point of the series. Kitsurugi, even though he's an assassin, even though by all means he shouldn't be somebody who has this idyllic belief in the heroism and the goodness and justness of people, he wants to make a world where things are better for everyone, regardless. And she's willing to potentially give up the chance to revive her kingdom, to revive everything that she lost,
Do you know what?
to change history.
Yeah, but
To support this man's ideal. She's dead. But
so
remember,
how is she now sacrificing everything?
because remember, if she obtained the Holy Grail and she wished upon the Holy Grail, she could reverse everything. It's the Holy Grail. The wish encompasses anything. It could be for anything.
Okay, maybe I'm not clear.
Kevin, you're missing it. What you're missing is that she could wish for anything, my guy.
She could wish for time to go back.
But what is she sacrificing?
She's sacrificing her opportunity at anything in the world because she believes so much in this guy's dream.
Oh!
And Shiro...
Wait. Okay, the thing is, I understand, it's not a sacrifice if this guy's now summoned you to fight for him.
No, but
That's
deep
what I'm trying to get. You're now his servant, so what have you now sacrificed?
Deep it, she's expending her life force, her magic, her everything in this battle
That's
for
what
him.
it's someone to do, though.
But that's not her free will. She can't do anything else.
It is of her free will because there are other heroes who've been summoned. For example, Gilgamesh, who took the absolute piss during the war. He's one of the strongest heroes there is. He basically sat down and said, "No one can force me to do what I don't want to do."
Fight.
He doesn't want to fight. He
So-
wasn't fighting anybody. He'd indiscriminately kill people who pissed him off, but he wasn't fighting
Mad thing.
anybody.
So
Yeah.
it seems like
So it's crazy. And even Shiro, basically, we find that Shiro, Archer, which is one of the heroes that's summoned,
Yeah,
is
we covered
basically
this. We
Shiro
covered
in
this.
a different
Archer,
dimension.
one of the heroes who was
basically.
summoned, was Shiro.
And his
from an
ultimate
alternate
goal in
timeline.
this new dimension is to kill that Shiro.
So that
or
what
something,
happened to him never comes to pass.
Yeah.
Because he spent thousands upon thousands of years being forced to murder people in exchange for his dream of the greater good.
So
And he
is
doesn't
your
make it
argument?
worth
So
it.
is your argument that the reason that what makes
Saber.
I haven't even covered half of it.
Yeah,
I haven't even covered half of it. You guys
need
need to let me land. So other things that these heroes have, each of them is endowed with like a weapon or a spell that encompasses who they are in their lifetime. So for King Arthur, it would obviously be Excalibur. Excalibur is like a class noble phantasm is the word for it, and it's basically referred to as like mankind's ideal of glory. When it's drawn, you instantaneously know that like the world has shifted, that it's a better place just by being in the presence of this sword, because it's everything that Arturia believes in, everything that she gave up her life to do is contained within her blade. So if she chooses to wield that blade in defense of somebody like Kitsurugi, you have to see that she's giving up this opportunity to turn back time, to make right everything that affected her. Mordred, because if you remember the actual legend of King Arthur, Mordred is the one who killed him. His entire kingdom fell, his wife cheated on him with Lancelot, everything went to pot within a couple of years. Arturia feels that pain, knows that pain, she lived through it. instead of her to grab the Holy Grail and wish upon it for herself, she sacrifices it not once, not twice, 3 times. Once for Kitsurugi, once for Kitsurugi's wife,
be 3. It can't
and
be
once
4 or 2.
and once for Shiro,
Wouldn't make sense.
and once for Shiro. So
Right.
she's the ultimate backup because one, the sheath of her sword can heal any wound whatsoever, any wound, and it was implanted in Shiro, which is why he has that regenerative ability. Second, the blade itself is like isn't it like an anti-army noble phantasm? Something of that.
Something
level?
like that. Something that.
I'm guessing only because I haven't seen the anime, and I feel like you're saying a lot, and there's a lot to take in, and I can't really make much judgments because it seems like a vast anime. Is it safe to say she is the strongest in her field?
She's one of the most powerful classes of hero.
Alright, cool. So
in
she's one of the
entire
most
field.
strongest in her field. She loves the main protagonist to death, obviously 3 times, or not 3 times, but to death, obviously.
Yeah.
She's made many sacrifices for the main guy, similar to Zoro. She is strong, similar to Zoro. What more? Like,
tell us the traits that make her important to the anime.
I don't really
Second
care
in
about
command,
what she's done anymore now.
Yeah.
In terms of her relative strength, relative abilities in her respective anime,
Mhm.
what more can she bring to justify you giving her the title of this support, the best support character?
If she wasn't in the anime, what would we lose from the anime?
Shiro wouldn't have the person like guiding him through the battles, giving him the support that he needs, because Zoro is that for Luffy. He's that second in command, that push.
I think Zoro makes up for some traits that Luffy doesn't have.
He's the world's strongest swordsman.
So does,
Exactly.
Shiro
And
doesn't.
so
Shiro
does
doesn't have
Saber.
any.
She has no purpose. She has no purpose aside him. That's what I'm saying.
Shiro doesn't. Shiro's not even a mage though.
This is the thing. Shiro as a character, so I don't think you remember from when we went over this in the episode. So Kitsurugi found Shiro in the middle of a disaster, like a gigantic fire. This boy was wandering around, had no memory, his family's dead, doesn't even know who he is, only remembers his name. Kitsurugi picked him up and said, I will take care of you. At this moment, Shiro looked at him and said, the look in your eyes when you save someone, that is what I want to spend the rest of my life achieving. And that was his goal for his entire life. He just wants to be a hero to somebody somewhere out there. That's his mission.
You guys remember Shaman King? I feel like I've got it. Let's say if I'm wrong. Remember Shaman King?
Mm-hmm.
Remember Yasakura?
Mm-hmm.
He had his spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And his spirit is the one that fought with him, that loved him, that protected him.
The thing is,
where is it? Is it similar?
It's kind of similar. Hold on. Shiro is a distorted soul, so he doesn't feel any, like, everyone in this room, you feel some sort of self-preservation. If there was a kid in front of a car, of course you'd want to help them, but your self-preservation would chime in and be like, hold on, what if I'm not fast enough? What if I end up getting killed in this accident? What about all the people who love and care about me? Shiro doesn't have that instinct that tells him, don't do it because of what you'll lose. He does it regardless. Saber's the one who pulls him back and helps him to make his dreams reality. Without her, Shiro would have no sense of reality binding his actions. He'd be, in essence, complaining about a world but be unable to affect it. He doesn't even have the magic capable that some people do. He has only 2 skills. Projection.
And that's why you can't choose who you summon as well.
Yeah, you can't even choose who you summon.
Imagine Shiro summons Archer when Archer is supposed to be Shiro in a different dimension. And
Archer would have instantly killed him.
Exactly, his ultimate goal is to kill Shiro in that dimension.
Exactly. So the fact that Shiro could even summon Saber is proof of like his good heart and his goodwill that he wants to do unto the world.
So you putting this above?
Is it random or is that his goodwill that summoned her?
It's both. It's both.
Okay.
There's a lot of things into that chime in.
Yeah.
Are you putting above Zoro? That's what I'm.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it above Zoro.
100%.
Am I right in saying that she gives the main character purpose?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
That's the trait that she brings to the anime.
Yeah.
So without her, that the main character would have no purpose and would just be in a world where he couldn't affect.
She's his main source of support, and he gives him purpose.
Okay. I heard that.
But so,
or at least if not purpose, then like guidance.
So if they had never met, she doesn't do anything apart from
I'm ready.
Apart from be a soul that can
she would have just be summoned by someone else.
Yeah,
but
then-
she's
but
in
no,
a.
what I'm saying is that so I reckon I know that if Zoro had never met Luffy, Zoro would still be on the path to wanting to become the
World's
strongest swordsman. But if your characters had never met the other character, what would
If
that,
they had never
she would've
met,
been
she
summoned
would
by
have
someone
simply
else.
been summoned by somebody
but
else
not
in
have
the
traits
next
that she
Tony.
has right now?
No,
She-
she has those traits.
She has the traits,
regardless.
yeah, but
to-
it depends on because
But you
obviously
just
every.
said that she's a distorted soul and that,
He is. She has those traits to work for the betterment of mankind anyway. But
Okay.
if Saber had
I
not
give
been
it- I
summoned,
understand now.
if Saber hadn't been summoned by Shiro, she would have been summoned by the next master. And no matter what that master would have told her to do, she would have attempted to carry out those orders in a way that would have benefited the world, no matter if it was to her
What if it was to destroy
self-detriment.
the world?
Hey, you man, you know we're 40
She would
minutes
have
in.
tried to find some way to evade that order.
And we've only done 2. I feel like we need to start flying through this.
Yeah.
It's fine.
But anyway, that's my 2 cents in it.
Alright, say no more. Above Zoro, I guess I got one person above Zoro already. I'm joking. Zoro's definitely number 1. I know he's going.
He's
KB,
going
Madrid's
next,
daughter,
Me?
or me. Oh, you want to go first?
I don't mind.
Are you
but-
sure? Alright, best to last, I guess. I'll go last.
But-
I'll go last, I guess. I was gonna leave you to last.
All right,
but-
so I'm gonna try and make this quick. So my best supporting character is Killua.
Ooh.
What was that?
Ooh. That's a good one. Now I'm saying,
No,
that's a good one
You got
still.
something to say,
Clearly,
TJ?
exactly. What you gotta say?
Got
What you gotta
something to
say?
TJ?
Yeah.
All right, Killer's my guy.
Okay.
Oh,
If
Killer was
Hunter- if Hunter is my favorite anime.
Okay.
You can never.
All right. All right. The reason why I say Killua is because I won't lie. Obviously, if we're talking about how we obviously watch Hunter as viewers, I don't think I would have enjoyed Hunter as much as I did if Killua wasn't there. So Killua is like you need to see Killua is basically obviously he's an assassin, right? He's not just an assassin. He's one of the probably. His dad even said that he has the potential to be the greatest assassin in the Zoldyck family, right?
Did you say that?
Yeah. Like he's implied that he.
I'm
Okay,
sure
not
those
say,
are the
but
words.
they know.
He said you're the most talented of your siblings because remember, one of each
So we
generation
got-
born is the most talented because that's why the granddad was the most talented. Zeno was the most talented.
Let me
then
try
the guy
it.
before Zeno
Oh,
was-
you-
and
I saw it. Obviously, I saw the receipts, right? But I can't find where it is
Cool.
anymore. You know what I mean? I saw the receipts. You know.
I don't remember him
But no,
saying
keep
it.
Okay, not saying it, but it was implied, didn't it? It was implied that
All I'm
he.
trying to do
Killua
is
be the greatest.
all I'm trying
Okay.
to do is bring the faults to your argument.
All right, cool. It was implied that he could be one of the greatest Zoldyck assassins ever, and he's a type of character I believe that would actually ride or die for Gon. And he was obviously and his character development as well. He was I would say it was a reverse character development kinda, because we normally see characters who were like good and then either turn evil, stuff like that, but we rarely see characters who are like no, not rarely actually. Let me take that back, because we do see characters who are evil then turn good. Not like Killua wasn't evil.
Reason.
I'm not saying he was evil. I'm just saying that his character was not the type of person who would be like, oh yeah, let me be empathetic or whatever. He was never really like that. And why I rate Killua so much is because we already knew his capabilities not when we first met him, but the first times we knew about him. We already knew that he was far more stronger than Gon. Far, like he could just kill anyone, like you know what I mean? But
or that heart
that heart in the bag, yeah. So
That was disgusting.
that scene, I was like,
yeah.
I think even from the point where he was riding the skateboard in the
yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? And then when I remember Lurio was like, oh, why are you riding your skateboard? You should be running like anyone else. He's like, why? Like, why should I do that? Like,
he got off the skateboard for pity. Like he didn't even. It was,
and he was just like, oh, I did this exam for fun. Like he wasn't there he's not the type of guy that wants to be like, yeah, I want to be Hokage. Like he's not that type. Oh, don't get onto me in it, but he's not that type of character. His like, if you think about it, his main purpose in the anime is actually to support Gon, because Gon is that character that we see the development of. We're seeing his journey, and Killua is an addition to that journey. So that is what I think makes a good. I don't think a support character. I think should be a support character as best as you can, not that you can ride over the main character and be the main.
That's all he is.
But a support character is someone who can carry the main. Do you know what I mean? I think if Killua,
we've seen Killua try carry the main and it wasn't as good.
Yeah.
but Killua does carry the main.
He can carry it.
What arc did he carry the main and we saw
when God was trying to spark up against P2, Killua had to knock him out.
That's the same arc. I said what arc is given to?
I think the arc that I can say to that is.
Heaven's Arena.
That's what I was going to say. Heaven's Arena.
There's bare receipts.
He helped him.
Bare receipts, bro.
Yeah.
And
there's.
Yeah, to that, yeah. Can you argue that, cool, Gon changes Killua?
Yeah.
Killua doesn't change Gon.
Killua helps Gon.
True.
Okay. Remember, Gon did. You remember the hotel? The what's that arc called?
York New.
That thingy. Remember, Gon would never have been there if it wasn't for Killua.
What, you mean Heaven's Arena?
Yeah, Heaven's Arena. That's it. Sorry,
No, Heaven's
Arena. Gon would never have been there if it wasn't for Killua, and Gon needed that experience.
True.
To be able to fight, people.
Cool.
So he would never have done that if Killua wasn't there. Remember, Killua was the one who was like, "Yeah, I went there, I did it for fun, whatever." So I think you should do it as well, so you can.
So is it to detriment Killua's character that you're saying that the gap was so far that, and now it could be argued that Gon's caught up to him?
I
don't think Gon has.
Be careful. Like, I'm just saying, be careful because there's lots of Hunter fans.
I don't think Gon has caught, because obviously remember Killua has years of experience.
Gon has not caught
Killua
him.
was born into it.
He said that what Killua has is the experience and all of that. But what Gon makes up for it in other capabilities.
Much other capabilities.
Of course.
But it's not equal.
He heals quicker than Killua, stuff like that. Like, we've never seen, I don't think we've seen Killua in a situation where he's in trouble.
Killua?
Yeah. What?
Yeah, we have.
What? Like, trouble. When I say trouble, like, the level of trouble. Okay, you're going to say the level of trouble was not even a captain. It was an ant. But the level of trouble we've seen Gon in was a royal guard.
Killua did fight a royal guard.
Killua did
not use the god speed. Did he not use the god speed?
Okay, wait. What did he do to them? How did he affect them? Did he kill them?
Nah, but he shut up. Wait. What are you trying to say, TJ? What are you trying to say?
No, what you're trying to say to me is that I gave you where one killed one, and you're trying to say he fought. But he didn't fight them to avail. He helped. There's reasons as to why Gon killed him though, because remember, like, okay, even though if Pitu had never killed Kite, they would still have the objective of having to kill or defeat the royal guards and Miriam. They would still have the objective, but Gon would not have done as much damage to Pitu if Pitu had not killed Kite.
Just one question. One question, because obviously, like, again, the only argument or the main argument for Gon fans are that OP moment where he took on P2, and then Killua's fans are going to be like, yo, he's been consistent throughout this anime. But what I really want to hone in on is the medium, which is Netero, yeah? Remember when the objective was to touch the ball?
Yeah.
When they were both on the ship, yeah? I feel like that kind of answered the question in the sense that who is more likely, or who was closer, or who just generally is more closer to touching a ball from Netero, Killua or Gon? And the answer is Gon. Because Gon more creative, more diverse.
Okay,
but
we're
Killua get annoyed.
Yeah.
He wanted to kill him.
Okay.
He gave up.
Yeah, we need to remember.
Yes,
Like,
but
didn't
that's
he
He was actually going to kill
he's a
him.
fucking assassin.
No, okay, but we need to remember. Obviously, like we've talked about.
Yeah,
well,
that's not a killing technique.
I know, but we've talked about how Killua has basically I would say in terms of personality improved, right? In terms of personality, I feel like where he is at now, obviously in the anime, he would have obviously gone like Gon didn't sleep, like they weren't sleeping, they were still going at it, him and Netero, and I think Killua would have still been a part of that where he's at now. But where he was at before,
but even that,
his instinct is like, okay, I'm annoyed, I'm gonna kill.
But even that, don't you remember when Gon was like, yo, Killua, those moves are so sick, I want to learn that. And Netero was like, yo, bro, you don't even need that.
Yeah,
you don't
you're
even,
good
bro,
on your own,
bro,
like,
don't even
not
practice
that,
those
because it's
techniques.
it's assassin techniques.
This
Why
is
does Gon need
Netero,
that?
But this is Netero telling you that everything as you viewers you think is sick, someone like Netero is like, you don't even need that. Netero, the giant Netero is saying, bro, you don't even need those
But put in
stutters.
context,
You don't
you only
even
think
need
it's
those
sick
things.
because Gon can't do it.
Exactly, but
Yes.
look at Netero. He's saying that those moves of a killer assassin, which he's honed in ever since a kid, is not necessary.
And
It's
that's
just
what we said.
one
And this is
thing,
Netero.
though.
One makes
No,
up for it. in
It's
different
one,
ways.
one. That's one move though. Like,
I know it's one move, but think about Netero saying that. So this is something we idolize.
because remember, Gon is an innocent kid, and Killua, to an extent, isn't an innocent kid because like
he's killed.
he's
People,
killed
many
people.
people.
Getting electrocuted. by
Exactly.
his
He's been put. I believe that Killua has been tortured since the day he was born. Like since the day
He was
he was
torturing his
born.
mum in the womb. Like.
Yeah, yes. I believe. I saw as soon as it came out. As soon as it came out, electrocute. I think that's the reason why. Like, there's a lot of things that you can say against, like, oh, Killua this, Killua that. But you need to remember, like, Killua is someone who, at first, when he first started, anything that annoyed him, he wanted to kill.
Yeah.
Like, someone will probably come up to him like, yo, what you saying? Like, yo, okay, I'm about to kill this person. Like, he's the type of person that,
Why didn't he decide to kill Gon again? Like, was it just...
remember, because he's never had a friend before. So Gon was the first person he met that was his age that he could actually like, vibe with. Because he
Was
met.
it more sort of a vibe, or did he just want to like...
I think
He was. I think he was. I think he was interested. I think he was interested.
This guy has
Yeah.
potential, like he's quite young.
Because when Gon and Killua first met, Killua was like, "Oh, someone my age." That was the first thing he thought in his head. It wasn't. I don't think it was a point of like, "Oh, he has potential," because Hisoka saw that potential, right? But when Killua first saw Gon, it was he's my age, and I feel like he's never really met someone because and you remember he went up to Gon. And they started conversing. So I think that's what sort of brought him closer. Because Killua could have had a friend before, and that was, what's her name? Canary.
But she
They
was
could have been
the
friends,
family.
but she was, remember, they were meant to be friends. But the mom would not allow them to be friends. So that's the reason why.
Recently.
Huh?
I saw a nice cosplay of her.
Canary.
Funimation. Yeah.
but yeah, so that's that. So, okay, let me go back to the. Let me rewind it.
Why is he above Zoro and
Saber.
Why is he above? Because I think he does what a support character should do, and that is to support the main character.
Okay, so where's the
I
line?
think I think he's extremely strong. Like Killua is really. I think he's very underrated because he's very strong, and people actually look past it because all they see is like because with Naruto, for example, yeah, we see a lot of development with Sasuke. Right? A lot of development is put into Sasuke. But he's a support character. I would say he's a support character, right? But with Hunter x Hunter, the development wasn't really put onto Killua as much as it was onto Gon. Because when we met Killua, we just knew he's strong. So we never saw that development or nothing. That we saw probably was like Zoro. I don't know, I don't watch One Piece in it. So that we saw was Zoro, but Zoro probably 900 episodes. I'm pretty sure you'd have some development. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
you need to put everything Gon did, Killua did too.
Like what?
So all the training and stuff. So they developed
together.
But like,
they developed together.
They developed. But the one quote I've always heard, and that sticks with me, is a 50 potential. Someone cannot like a level 50 power can't develop the same rate as a level 1 power.
He did,
so
but he
Gon
didn't.
was level 1. So Killua's gap to the top was always like gonna be
harder.
Harder for him.
But that was his purpose, to support Gon.
Okay, but where's the line between supporting and
I feel like the support is other way around still.
So what you're thinking? Killua is reliant on Gon.
Yes.
Over reliant on Gon.
How is Killua reliant on Gon?
He's the only reason he's not doing the assassin work. He's the only reason he's not doing assassin work.
I don't think he's reliant. I think Killua could have taken the path of, because even his dad was the one who actually said, yeah, you can, follow Gon basically, because he didn't want. Because remember, all Killer would have done is just kill. But then Gon showed him a different way of life. It's like having this person in your life that you've never ever had before. I don't think he was reliant on Gon to any. I think Killua. That's the reason why they separated at the end, because he's not reliant on Gon. He doesn't need Gon. Killua could literally do it himself.
Okay, but
Killua could have gone through the exam.
Grown past that.
Yeah, because he wouldn't. I don't think Killua would have gotten to the stage he did at the exam, because he would have killed someone way before that.
Yeah.
Very
So
true.
That is my
very true. Probably Tonpa, to be honest.
That shows you how the over reliant on Gon is. Killua's pivotal moment in the whole anime, we can agree, was when he took the pins out of his head. Yeah.
was a pivotal moment. Yes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Why did he do that? Because he wanted to protect Gon. So that shows an over-reliant. And if he never met Gon, he would have never...
That doesn't mean he's
He didn't do that to
reliant.
protect Gon.
Are you bugging? Because Gon was on a date with the woman at that point, and Gon couldn't use Nen. So Killua had to protect Gon at that point of time. So, and then Killua was losing the fight.
But how does that make him reliant if he's trying to protect his friend?
No, because without that moment, he would have never got the pin out of his head.
But he still would have been able to protect Gon anyway.
How? He was losing. He was getting beaten up. And then he said, I don't want Gon to die. And then he pulled the thing out. Then that's when he learned. Like, what? Like,
but that doesn't mean he's reliant. Being reliant on someone is if he was in that moment and he was getting beaten up and Gon would have had to come save him. That is being reliant on someone.
No. What you said? No, he's reliant on a power up. On a power up.
Exactly.
You don't get a power up without Gon.
Exactly.
That's what you're trying to say.
But you know what? Killua still knows that Illumi did something to him. Yeah. But it just got.
Wait, you man, one conversation.
It would have just taken something much stronger.
One conversation.
So Killua, what I was saying is Killua already knew Illumi did something to him. It didn't take Gon for him to know that Illumi did something to him. Yeah, I know. But basically what I'm trying to say is, I think it would have taken someone who was strong, like trying to fight with Killua for him to take those out. I don't think he was overly like he needed to like overly.
But he can't get to that point.
I'm trying to work myself right now. Yeah.
It's
okay.
He can't get to that point.
Let's just reel it back.
Okay.
Let's just reel it back.
Get to that point because he'll run away.
Alright, cool. Forget the semantics now.
I know that's the thing. But then again, you're gonna tell me that there's the characters that MCs have not influenced their supporting characters to an extent. That's the same as Naruto though.
But what I'm trying
Naruto has influenced Sasuke. Sasuke was like a
100%.
dark character, and then now that he's not a dark character anymore because he's been influenced by Naruto's kindness.
Okay.
That's the same thing as Killua. Sasuke is not reliant on Naruto. He would never be reliant on Naruto. Killua is not reliant on Gon.
That's why
Naruto's reliant on Sasuke.
That's my problem.
But that's Gon though. He's not reliant.
Naruto does not rely on Sasuke.
But then what is supporting character? Is supporting character now for the main protagonist's growth? He needs to be there. Is that what we're saying supporting role is?
That is what a support. I think that's what a support is. That's it's in the name. That's a support character.
The growth of Gon, just the growth of Gon specifically that we're talking about, isn't as heavily reliant. That's what I'm saying. The growth of Gon isn't as heavily reliant on Killua. And that's the only argument to rebuttal that.
It's supported. It's support. Like for example, a second character. I can say that he's a second character, but he's not a support character like that. For example, Bon from Seven Deadly Sins. He's not a character that is okay. I am carrying. I'm gonna help carry the main character. The main character carries himself.
But now what I'm saying is,
Ban's not a support character.
Can Killua carry Hunter x Hunter?
By himself, but that's what I'm saying. He's a support character. Like that's.
But we just said he's not a support.
But okay. If we were to have that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that what I was trying to say.
You tell me right now. In what aspect is Killua a support?
Okay, this is my argument, and let me fix my mic a little bit so I can talk. Yeah. Okay. Killua is not the main character, right? Killua's main Killua's
Sam,
point.
Hold it.
TJ. The point of Killua is to support the main character, right? Killua already has his power. Like he doesn't even though Nen was an addition to all his abilities, he already has so much power within him. Yeah. That so his main I would say his objective, not his main objective. Like the point of Killua there is to support the main character. Like I use the contrast with Seven Deadly Sins. Like Ban is not a support character. Ban might be a second character, number 2 character, but he's not a support character. He doesn't carry Meliodas. Meliodas does not need Ban to fight. Meliodas does not need doesn't even need anyone to fight. But the characters there do influence the main character.
I feel you.
But then, with Hunter, Killua influences Gon the way Gon influences Killua. But Gon influences Killua. Okay. Gon influences Killua more than he influences Gon.
So he's over-reliant on Gon.
Yeah. He's not reliant on Gon. He didn't need...
Semantics, Gon.
He didn't need... Gon... Killua did not need Gon to be there for him to be able to do anything. Yeah.
Okay.
The only thing that he didn't want to be a good person. Killua did not ask to be this amazing, like, oh, I'm a nice person now. He didn't need that, right? When Gon came, he got that influence because he's a child. Killua is how old? 12. Killua's 12 years old. Like,
Why is that better?
Do you know what I mean?
Why is that? Okay,
Exactly.
wait.
But
Why is that better?
Gon is not an assassin though.
Why is that better than TJ and Adiola's? That's what I want to hear. Why is it better?
Obviously, I would say the reason why, obviously, Killua didn't get summoned in it, so... and then... I'm joking.
Turn into the shade room.
Wow.
I'm joking.
Saving X out here.
Obviously, I don't watch One Piece, so I can't really speak too much of Zoro. But based on what you said, I'm just saying, for me, Zoro then becomes a separate anime on his own, basically. Yeah. So, but I think Killua is... Killua is needed within the Hunter universe because
one question.
There's a lot of things that Gon wouldn't have done if Killua was not there.
One question. My one question to you is that without Killua, do you not think Gon would have taken the same path he did?
No.
Okay. No. Let me
skip out.
Leave out.
No. Let me start.
The Heaven's Arena. Okay. Yeah, but you're gonna say he would have went to go find his dad's game. He would have got into it. Yep. Next, he would have met Kai. Next.
Yeah.
Okay. The only thing that I can say influences Killua saved Gon's life. That's the only thing.
No, but when he learned Nen. He learned Nen when he was in the Heavens Arena.
You want to get destroyed now?
No. That's wrong because everyone would have learned Nen. Don't forget that. Everybody. Everyone that passed.
They would know.
About Heaven's Arena that he needed to be there to learn Nen.
Not everyone that passed would have learned Nen.
Yes, because there's an instructor. There's a special instructor that instructs every single person that passes. I know this.
Yeah. No, wait.
Depends on whether
Not to learn Nen. Yeah, to watch over them. Sorry. So he would.
That's not learning Nen.
That's not learning Nen then.
But there's always an instructor to watch over you.
But they will not have learned Nen.
Tell me one.
Yeah, but Dammy, who's to say that he would have met the requirements though?
He passed.
Who's to? You pass the exam, and then you pass the own examiner's special discretion exam, and then he teaches you Nen. Who's to say that? Who's to say that Gon would have passed? You can't just assume. You can't. That's not how this works.
To assume that Gon would have passed.
How did Gon beat Wing?
Hey guys, come on, man.
I can't even remember.
The guy that taught them Nen, the basics.
How did they meet him?
Was it not through Killua?
Exactly, through Heaven's Arena.
Yes, but what was
would Gon even be there without Killua? Come on, man.
Without that, Gon would never have learned Nen.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not saying that.
No.
I'm saying what we've seen.
Yes, exactly. He's saying, take it out.
Yeah, listen to it. Take that out. Would Gon not have gone to the same places he would have learned Nen? He would have went into
maybe
the game.
not in Heaven's Arena, but he still would have learned Nen.
Because
he would have definitely learned it in the game.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going in the game. Obviously, his dad positioned that for him to be able to do
Remember
that.
Heaven's Arena, yeah? When there was a specific guy, if he had fought Gon, it would have been long.
Exactly.
Who went to go chat to him privately and warned him, don't talk to my
because
boy.
they were remember they
Tell me, brother. Go on.
Bro, he wouldn't have been there in the first place.
Exactly.
That guy would have slumped Gon.
They were cheating.
To go on
They were cheating.
Are you man crazy? They went because they beat up the little kid. They beat up the third one.
Oh my
They
God.
beat up the third one, and then he was like, "You show your face to us again, I'm gonna kill you." Remember? So you're saying Gon would have lost.
Alright, cool. Man, let's
You remember?
You go from what's happened, didn't it?
I remember.
Okay, remember.
Yes.
Exactly.
Debatable.
And they
TJ.
I said the point to me. I said the point to you.
Don't say debatable, brother.
allow it. They can use Nen too.
They knew Nen then.
Exactly. They knew how to use Nen, but Gon wasn't as advanced.
Killua had to come and step in, bro.
No. Killua didn't have to come and step in. He stepped in because they beat up the other one. Remember that? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Was Gon strong enough?
Yes or no?
Was Gon strong enough?
That's not the point.
No, that is the point.
Listeners.
I feel like we sufficiently illustrated the point. This is just going back and forth, innit?
So this is what happens, yeah, when we talk about Hunter, One Piece, or Naruto. So please bear with us. We still thinking about you somewhere in our hearts, but we just need to get this off our chest real quick. So in conclusion, I'm gonna Madara's daughter, you've made very good, strong arguments. All wrong, but very strong.
Excuse me.
Wow.
What point?
Would gone have gone through?
TJ,
Yes or no?
We've been through this, man.
The MCs would have. Would do you? Okay. I don't know how to land right now. I don't know how to land. Okay.
Wait. Remind me if I'm wrong. You remember at the beginning when Killer took out the guy's heart?
Yeah.
Could anyone else have beaten him?
Killer at that
If Killer
point.
was not there.
Who was
You mean
that?
Borderer?
Yes,
You mean
yeah.
Borderer in
Yes.
the exam?
But that's not the point. That's not the
Debate.
point.
Oh,
no.
okay.
Do you know how
All right.
stupid that sounds? Do you know? Let me tell you why that's stupid. Because
Tell me
the idea of the games were you have to win 3/2. Yes or no? So whether anyone beat that guy is irrelevant because they had 3 other games, 4 other games they could win.
Wait, you man. Because we're going on such a
Yes,
mad.
no,
We're
but
going on
did
a
he not
mad.
win
But
again?
what-
You man,
But remember how
we're
they have
going
to
on a
thingy.
There were two.
We're going on a
Two.
in a little
So Killer-
rocket
so
ship.
take him
Get
out.
me further.
What,
You
take
man,
him out?
you man have to
Then
make me start
put them
singing
out.
on this podcast. No, you man have to make me start singing on this
Alright,
podcast.
alright, okay,
cool. I
I choose Killer. Next
Shout out
person,
to Andrew
like-
Schultz in it, because those that watch Brilliant or listen to Brilliant Idiots in it, you know that Andrew Schultz is that guy that's like talking to your mic. Let's get back on topic. Let's bring it back. You man, we got listeners in it. Like on the road. Come on.
Okay,
Let's
it
not
gets
pose
heated when we
ourselves.
talk about anime.
Alright, cool.
It's always like that. So
Cool. Now that we have that out of the way, KB, I'm gonna let you go last. I'm gonna do mine. Yeah. So I just need a moment of silence for Death Note. Yep. So my guy is L. L is the support character for Lights in Death Note. If you haven't watched Death Note, you are not aware that L is probably one of the smartest detectives in anime, or just one of the smartest guys tactically wise in anime. And a lot of people give it to L, to Light and L for being literally on smart level on whatever anime could ever think of. So Light being that support character, the reason why he's number one and he wins this poll, and he will win the poll on Twitter when we pull it out, is because deep it, yeah, him in his own right, he has his own anime type. You can have a prequel to Death Note and call it The Origins of L. Can you not?
No.
Oh
Isn't that
my
the-
days.
no
Isn't that the
Jesus
Beyond
Christ.
Birthday?
Bro, it's called Death Note.
Isn't
okay?
that the
Without
Beyond
Bro,
Birthday
alright, cool.
cases?
Do we know what? Are you aware of what L was doing before Kira came about?
He was doing madnesses.
Bro,
Not to
that's a
this level.
sequel. Oh, okay. Anyway, that's a sequel in itself, because he could have bust some mad worldwide conspiracies that we don't like. Just to have at his age, 17-year-old or 17 or 18-year-old, having the title L, having a massive organization and funding behind him because of his talents and genius, telling me that he can't have his own anime, have his own manga. That is rude. Even based off going off Zoro, which that would have been my number one contester. Zoro was based on anime made by Oda previously. So it's like if you could argue Zoro could have his
TJ,
own
he shut
anime.
you down, bro.
What do you mean?
He shut you down completely.
I was supporting it, but I don't.
How? You said he's based off a previous anime.
Yeah.
That Oda came up with.
Yeah.
Is he? I thought it was based off a real character.
What real character? What real character?
When I was reading my research, it was there.
anyway, so Oda's previous work is just showed that you know what I mean? There is space that your second in command or your support character, they need a level of self-reliance on the anime, and you cannot take it away from L that he does have self-reliance in the anime Death Note. He can control Death Note at his will.
Wait, what?
L
He can control Death Note at his will.
as an anime.
Like he can run the anime.
As an anime, we've seen it. With Light, he's confined by L's ability to control the police, the FBI, and the agents.
Doesn't stop him though
From what?
from doing what he's got to do.
Light. We've seen it stop him.
He didn't stop him.
Bro, okay, but we've seen it stop him.
He was willing to lose his memory. Like he lost
Okay,
his memory.
But we've seen
Remember everything. You remember my guy. He was prepared. He had the Death Note in his watch.
Yep.
Like I think he even had it in his butthole or something because he was
Cool.
prepared.
Cool.
Was
Wow.
giving
Wow.
pieces to secondary
Alright,
parties
alright, cool.
so that he could
this
pass
is,
it
this
on.
is one thing that you have to, you can't take away, yeah?
I think El knew Light was Kira the entire
He knew.
time.
He knew from the
He knew
beginning.
the entire time. He just wanted El to be. Just wanted Light to be like, I am Kira.
Yeah,
That's
this
what
is
he
the
was waiting
evidence.
for.
He was
Evidence.
waiting for the 100%
Wait,
confirmation.
You're just
things.
bigging up my character though. I don't understand.
No, 'cause-
what I'm saying is Light makes the anime. I don't think L as a support. L as a
Whoa.
does not make the
When
anime.
have I said light makes the anime?
You didn't. I'm saying it right now. Light makes.
I mean,
the
no.
anime.
When have I said L makes the anime?
You're saying that he can run the entire.
No, he
anime
can
by himself.
direct. No, he can direct the direction of anime, and you could we got the receipts here, bro.
Like,
Like
if I want to watch
I
it-
said,
If
L
I wanna
can
watch a
direct.
detective anime, I watch Monster or Psychopaths or something. I wouldn't watch something about L just doing.
Oh
Yeah,
my!
I
So
agree.
so
Like,
you're
I
watching
don't
it
think-
because
I think
you're
it's
watching it because Light has the power to kill anyone he wants.
Yeah.
Is that why you're watching
Light
it?
as a character, how devious he is and how far he's willing to go to achieve his goals is what makes Death Note extremely interesting.
Okay. Like
L
the thing
doesn't-
is, yeah.
L plays a part, but because L doesn't play a massive part, that's why they
Wait,
could
L
afford
doesn't
to-
play a massive
But
part.
therefore, they could afford to kill him off.
So you
No,
wouldn't
no.
watch the
Don't
Beyond
you
Birthday
feel
cases?
like Death
if
Note
they made it
died
into a
when they
anime?
killed L?
Is your character dead? Is your character dead?
What?
Is your character dead?
Dead and then resurrected by the
Is your
throne of
character dead?
heroes.
No.
Is your character dead?
Impossible.
Huh? My character's dead. Yeah, bro. It shows character development, bro.
Developed to the grave.
Yeah.
He developed into the grave.
Because like the thing that you man fail to see is that the legacy of any main character in an anime transcends the life of death or the life expectancy of anime, and we've seen this. And the fact that you guys can't see this, I'm ashamed to call you fellow animates. My word, the whole premise of Light
Can
after
you
Light.
speak the Queen's
I
proper
can't.
English
Sorry,
from
sorry,
the
don't-
premise of
I need to
this?
do this because you man try to talk large.
But
Alright,
can
cool.
you argue that Misa Misa is actually the support character?
No, you can't. But anyway, hey, yo,
Yeah, you can.
Tables are
You
shaking
really
right
can.
now.
wait, real quick. Can I finish my point? So my point
He's
was
rattled.
Let him land.
Light, yeah. In terms of Light dying, just to rebuttal what you said, was I felt like Death Note died when Light died, which just shows the gravity, because season 2 was completely trash in my opinion, and I love Death Note. Season 2 was trash. So many people said season 2 was trash. And do we know why season 2 was trash? Because L is dead. So like for
And
your
maybe
argument,
because Light died.
yeah, so like your argument of L being dead is completely thrown out the window, because when Light died, in my opinion, Death Note died. So that just shows you how good of a support character he was. The reason why Misa wasn't a support character, because when we look at all your support characters, yeah,
I didn't know there was seasons. That's why I was
He
confused.
basically Merc splits
breaks
it
it-
up.
it
He
breaks
breaks
it
it down.
into
He
two
breaks it
parts.
down. There's not. It's
season
not
two's after
officially.
the-
Oh,
Yeah.
He calls season 2
Oh,
after. Yeah.
Are you on Netflix? It is season 2 on Netflix. There's two different on
wait,
Netflix.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Netflix
Netflix.
breaks down a lot of the.
Yeah, but
animes
but I'm
into
saying like
seasons and stuff.
for people that probably watched it, they've watched it in season 1 and season 2.
All right. Okay.
And
Yeah.
that's how the intro music changes
Yeah, I know what
after
you
that
meant,
and
I know what
after.
you meant.
So I was like, Madras daughter, you're pissing me off, bro. Moving on though, what was I saying about Misa Misa? Yeah, let me quickly shut that down. Misa Misa, the only reason that she can't be is the same way you need to view Light using somebody. So when Light uses you, you're no longer on that level of being a companion. If that makes sense. So Misa Misa is no longer a supporting character. She is a pawn in L's caliber or L's.
But surely
chessboard.
it doesn't matter his motivations in using her. Just that she's one of his biggest pieces. It doesn't
Bro,
matter his.
biggest piece
He
does not mean
needed-
supporting
no,
character.
but
Yes,
he
he
needed
needed
Misa
her.
to be able to kill Elbow.
Listen,
Without Misa's,
Naruto needed
Shinigami,
Naruto needed the Nine Tails. Is that supporting character? No.
Nine Tails for what?
Could be
Nine Tails to accomplish all of his goals.
But he
Could be
didn't acquire
argued.
the Nine Tails, so it's a bit of a difference.
Bro, he had the Nine Tails.
Light literally goes out of his way
No,
to
Night-
acquire Misa
At the end of the
Misa.
day, Naruto had the Nine Tails to accomplish his goal. At the end of the day,
Wait,
Light
Case could be
has
made
Naruto
for
gonna
drama.
say
Do you
this
know what I
though?
mean? Like,
But I'm just trying to show
it's a
you
bit
how,
tight.
even though an important part, very important aspect of the anime affects the main character, it doesn't mean you're a support character. That's what I'm in its entirety. You need to see that. And if you can't see that,
character,
I defend it. How? Show me.
she supports Light achieve his objectives.
But doesn't
How? Like,
As in,
compare.
as in, okay, so Light literally goes out his way
compare it to a
to.
Shinigami,
That's what
actually.
I-
Compare it to a
what about the
Shinigami.
Shinigami?
Tell me how she's
What
more
do you mean?
useful
The
than a
Shinigami
Shinigami.
literally doesn't care
Yeah.
about him. He did it for
It's
entertainment.
not
Yes.
allowed.
So
It's not allowed
how
to
did
do
Misa?
anything.
Tell me how Misa impacted Death Note. Misa impacted Death Note to a point.
You know-
Light wouldn't be able to kill L.
Yes.
So are you telling me?
Misa
Are
was
you
the
telling
big
me?
reason why L died. You know that, right?
Exactly.
What?
Because she
Bro,
has the
do you remember the
Shinigami
anime?
eyes and Rem.
Bro, allow it. Don't do that, fam.
Then you
Allow
know
it.
this then.
So Misa is the reason why what?
That
L
Light
died.
was able to kill L.
One, Shinigami eyes. Two,
Oh my
Rem.
days.
If it weren't
I
for
don't
the
get
two
what
of
you're
them, then
Misa's Shinigami basically
Rem.
kind of owes her life
I
to Misa.
I can't believe,
You know what I
like,
mean?
do you know listeners are actually listening to your argument right now? Like, listeners are listening to you say that Misa, who just happened to be the second Kira, who L had no intentions for, who L didn't even want to be there in the fucking first place, made a way to manipulate her and use her, and you're now calling this fake Kira 2 a fucking support character is embarrassing. I can't even argue with you, man, too tough now. A second Kira who L wanted to get dead off. It's like she was fucking up his plans, and you're
Does she
saying that he
support his
needed
plans
her.
or not?
Bro, the Shinigami supports his plans. The FBI supports his plan. His fucking dad
The
supports
FBI
his
supports-
plans.
The Shinigami don't support his plans.
Bro,
Shinigami
alright.
Shinigami is
The-
not. They're
the
not allowed to
Shinigami-
have any impact.
Okay, him telling Light how the Death Note works is impacting Light. Period. I don't care how you take it.
It's written in-
he literally
Bro,
said,
bro,
"I dropped
bro,
the Death
did
Note
he
on
not-
Earth for entertainment. That's not help. That's using him for banter."
Yeah, the rules are written.
Yeah.
In English.
I'm not disputing that, but I can't give you the accurate episode, but I know there's an episode where there was something ambiguous in the notebook to which Light asked the Shinigami about the effects of that rule, and he answered it.
No, I believe
Oh.
Light made a fake rule.
That's a fake rule.
Light made the fake
he
rule.
asked the Shinigami whether or not this was allowed.
Wasn't that when he first got the Death Note?
No. This was when he was trying to do his plans.
But obviously,
This was when he was making his plan. I don't. This is all semantics. This is not even my main point.
Him asking the Shinigami about like stuff and like it's not doesn't make the Shinigami.
Fam, him using
It's just
Misa is what?
It doesn't matter if he was using her because she was a willing pawn. She went willingly.
A
Without
willing
him,
pawn. Oh my days. Have you heard the words Zoro, willing
She was
pawn?
in
Have you
love
heard the
with
words
Light.
Killua,
She was in
willing
love
pawn?
with Light.
You're comparing Misa and that to Killua.
But isn't that similar to Ad's character in terms of even though she was summoned, she
No, it's
became
not.
a willing pawn?
No. It's
Ad's
different.
character became a willing pawn, no?
No,
it's the exact same thing.
bro. If you're saying, I haven't watched
Like,
anime.
fam.
From what I understand with what you said with the anime is that when she got reincarnated, she can't go to anybody else because she believes. This is from what you've told me.
No,
That she
she's
believes
summoned.
that he's
Saber is
wait, wait.
summoned. Saber's
Okay.
stored in the Throne of Heroes. She died, Arturia Pendragon, stored in the Throne of Heroes,
and she supports
summoned,
growth or something like that.
summoned in the Holy Grail War to a master. Her master happened to be Shiro. She supported Shiro's ideals, and that is why she went forth and became his sword. That is the whole situation there.
Anyway,
Same as you can say
got the
with
receipts,
Misa.
We got the receipts. My understanding was wrong. All I'm saying
Same
is,
as you can
to
say
that
with Misa.
Misa is a supporting character is completely false, given that when she was introduced to the anime, the timings and everything, I don't see a time like, give me an example of where the supporting character wasn't introduced into the anime within the first 2 or 3 episodes, within the first episode. Give me an example, please. Please.
He's right.
Was your character introduced? Because I don't know yours.
When was Saber introduced?
Don't even
like
ask
episode
when this
3.
is your character. You should know, my guy.
In episode 3,
You're
fam.
asking.
There are
why
multiple
asking?
versions of the same
Why
timeline.
asking?
So
Vegeta. Vegeta came in like a bit after still. And even became a supporting character way after.
there are multiple versions of the same timeline in
Let's
Fate Stay
go.
Night. So I don't know where this energy is coming
I
from.
think
Before Vegeta,
your
who would it
argument's
be?
holding an L.
Oh
You might, don't do that. Hey man, don't do that.
I wouldn't have that. So.
Hey man, don't do that. But anyway, I let the fans get onto you about that one. Still, actually, listen, I want to quickly make a quick statement, just in case I decide to cut this up and make this a trailer. I believe KB, Madara's daughter, and Adiola believes that Misa is Light's supporting character in Death Note. I just want to get it out there. Cool. Thank you.
It's not L.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
if it's not
sure
L,
right
who is it?
now.
L is the.
L-
L's not a support character because L's the villain. Is Madara a support character? No, he's the villain. L's not
Okay.
a villain, but like if we're looking at obviously Light's the villain.
They work together. Like
And
literally,
L-
they've worked closer together than Light has with the police on his own.
It doesn't matter that he temporarily works for the police because it was
getting close to L is to get his real name. That's the reason, because he wants to kill him.
So why does he need Misa then?
Huh?
Why does he need Misa?
Because of the because of contracts with the Lieutenant Shin.
Bro,
Army.
because she stumbled around. Like, you guys think, are we watching the same anime? Yo, did you watch this anime, bro?
Did you watch this anime?
Fam, Kira, this is a fake Kira too, who just happened to be the Mengeki just put her in the anime.
No.
Listen, at the end of the day, I'll let the listeners decide whether or not you feel Light is a supporting character or not. I'm going to stand by what I say with Light. L being a supporting character to Light, the reason why that works is because they bounce off each other, they make each other think deeper, make better moves, make more in-depth moves. Again, they've worked together to solve the mystery of the Death Note, and that's undeniable, regardless if you think about the memory or not. They have worked together for a large period of the arc to actually come to that conclusion. So even if, the reason why I love that arc as well, because even if Light's plan didn't go, even if Light's original plan didn't go to plan, he still won because he didn't know what the notebook was in the first place. So all he did was help solve a mystery. And that's what I love about Light's position that people don't really see, is that Light put himself in a position where it's a win-win. So whether or not he gets his memory back and writes his name doesn't matter. Whether or not he stays idle and not remembering, it completely doesn't matter. That's one thing I love about Death Note, and which is why L, Misa, is the supporting character for Light. So I put that above Killua. I put that above whatever anime that was.
Saber,
and I put that below Zoro.
Zoro number one.
Yeah,
Zoro number one.
Wow. I was gonna say this for a joke. Zoro's not better than Sasuke. Like, just for the joke. Sasuke is a much better character than Zoro. It's not even debatable.
But that,
so I just want to say that for the
but look,
I don't know.
but look,
Literally.
but is that
and more people to watch it than One Piece?
So wait. So One Piece, the most grossing anime in the whole entire world, and Sasuke will do better. Listen, Naruto, you fans here, you need to pattern up still.
Naruto fans, I love Naruto.
Fam.
Alright, but tell us what makes Sasuke a supporting character.
My character, ideally, I was kind of lumped to this character, innit? My ideal character would have been Killua, but obviously Sasuke, he's a good overall character, and in my argument is, one thing that trumps all of you from the jump is he's a complete product. That in itself shows you the level that...
What name did you say?
Sasuke.
Oh, Sasuke.
Yeah. He's a complete product, so...
What do you mean?
The anime's finished.
Anime's done.
Okay, alright.
So...
But that's the thing.
I don't know about your one. Is your anime finished?
Because there are multiple versions of the same timeline.
Yeah,
I see. Okay, cool. There's only one Sasuke.
So depending
here.
on which saber you're talking about.
We've only got one Sasuke here, so and he's a complete product.
Edo Sasuke. Oh.
No.
No one dies in Naruto. So no one dies in Naruto. I forgot. Go.
One Piece though. 2 deaths.
Yeah.
3 deaths.
More than Naruto. Go on.
Anyone else got a fairy tale here?
Alright.
Sasuke at the end.
I feel it's easier if you just attack Sasuke and I try and defend it. Go on.
For me,
go on, TJ. I know you're burning.
Again, I see an over-reliance on Naruto. Because no, not an over-reliance, because the over-reliance is on Itachi and the whole background, because that's set up like that. But the over-reliance in Naruto is that, like, if he never had Naruto, I don't think he would have grown that much hate. If you get it, the hate that he needed to transcend and go to where he needed to go, in a sense. Because Naruto gave him that rival. If Naruto wasn't there, kind of thing.
Well, it's basically the way that
Kishimoto written this,
it's impossible.
He would not have done.
It's
impossible. He run away from the village.
It's impossible.
Do you reckon he would have?
Because of Naruto.
No, but I'm saying...
See, Naruto tried to keep him there. He still left. Naruto's there or not, he's leaving.
Naruto went to go look for
Bro,
him.
he's a reincarnation
he really shish kebabbed him through the chest and then left anyways, so I don't understand.
Paul, that's what I'm saying. So you're saying this whole non-reliance it's they're reincarnations of 2 gods. It's like, so why without yin, you ain't got yang, so...
Wait, so
you're saying
no.
Look how the story goes. Exactly, that's my point. So they need each other.
No, they need each other to complete an end objective. We're talking about Sasuke as an individual. That's like saying Zoro needs Luffy.
Zoro
for
don't
King of
need
Pirates.
Luffy, but it's
No,
shown.
it's Sasuke. It's the same logic. Saying Zoro needs Luffy because he's going to become Pirate King. What
this
better
level of
person to
emotion.
become the strongest swordsman in the world than the Pirate King himself?
I don't like the way you're shouting at me.
Look at Rayleigh.
Don't raise your voice
It's
at
passion,
me,
it's
babe.
passion, it's passion. But deep Rayleigh, arguably the strongest swordsman in the world. Oh, conveniently, Pirate King. Exactly, same energy. Sasuke doesn't need Naruto for his own agenda.
But do you think without a rival, he would have
I'm
been
telling you now for
do you
free,
reckon
yeah?
without a rival, he would have been that strong?
100%. Orochimaru would still want him if Naruto's there or not. So Itachi would have still given him the eyes whether Naruto's there or not.
But yeah, but the part hatred came from seeing Naruto, and no matter how hard he put Naruto down, Naruto was still there. Naruto was still, like I said, a level 50 power can't progress the same way a level 1 power, and he saw that Naruto. It's the same thing that Bakugo has. No, but it's the same hate Bakugo has for Deku. Because he's hating how fast Naruto's progressing and how fast Deku's progressing, they develop more hate.
Okay. I understand your point, man.
Though. I think Bakugo's hate just lies dependent on just Deku. Do you know what I mean? His rage is just dependent on Deku.
Yeah.
While Sasuke's is not.
Yeah, it's not dependent on Naruto.
Sasuke has multiple
He's more angry at himself. Like,
No, but
why is Naruto
I think you guys are
doing more than I
downplaying
am?
the big step Naruto is for Sasuke. Like Naruto is a bit. So you think no. So you think so? You think Sasuke is more of a step?
Who's chasing who?
Bro,
I don't know if we're gonna argue. So you want to argue who's chasing who?
What chasing to bring back to the village?
Yes.
Bro, why is he a better supporting?
Bro, all I know
why
is
he a
he's
better-
I'm going
He's
to
the most
sleep, man.
character.
This one arguing too much.
He's the
about
most complete character here, so it's very hard to argue with him because he's in his final form. He's done. He's all rounded. He gives you the most entertaining fights you've ever seen, ever.
But for him,
All these characters you're talking about,
the
by
fights.
L, because he doesn't really fight.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Sasuke is giving you the most.
He plays badminton
entertainment.
though. Or was it
Who?
badminton or tennis?
Who?
L.
Tennis.
Apparently he's good at tennis. Isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Wait,
Did
did
he
L
play?
win? Did L win that game?
Yeah.
Oh,
L.
fair enough.
Oh,
Yeah, out. Like let him win because he thought that'd be the smart
Yeah,
move. But
it's a dumber move.
yeah.
But honestly, between all these characters, if you was to be objective, guys, to take one step out of your own character and look at who's the most actually complete all-round character, in my opinion, it would be Sasuke.
All right, let me tell you why. One thing I think Sasuke lacks is to see the bigger picture as well. He always.
He's short-sighted
No,
in
no,
a
no,
lot
no.
of his
It's
goals.
always, and no matter how many steps he achieves, he always fails to see the bigger picture. And I feel my character can see the bigger picture, which is not only to become Pirate King, but to free a world that is contained by the.
Wait, can I want to call you out on that. Give me an example
What do you mean?
of when he didn't see the bigger picture.
So he didn't see the bigger picture with Itachi, like he did. But I
That's
feel
not his fault. You can't blame him for that.
but okay. Even at the end, he didn't see the bigger picture that what the world needs is peace, not someone to carry the burden of the world. Like, do you get what I'm saying?
Yes,
he said
I get what
the
you're
reason
saying.
he's doing it is
But that's
because
his way of getting peace.
that's not. But that's lack of
It's not
bigger
necessarily-
picture. He lacks the bigger picture.
That is his bigger picture.
No. The bigger
See,
picture. But
It's a different way of seeing a different picture. The bigger picture, sorry. That's it.
But it's a picture
There's two
that was
ways.
painted by Hashirama
Mm-hmm.
and Naruto, and he still
Yeah.
can't see it. And Hashirama explained it to him
Yeah.
when Hashirama got it reincarnated, and he said, "Look, this was my idea, and this I felt like this was
That's the only thing that gets me. The fact that
Why
the
is-
fact that the Naruto is finished and the whole story is that this is destined to happen because has happened through the generations and
That's
it's
the
been
easy
passed down.
rebuttal.
But
Mangakas
all-
change the ideas all the time. So that was something.
But at the end of the day, we
have
have a finished product, no?
100%.
And we have the story.
Mhm.
This story means that at the end of the day, Naruto and Sasuke were bound to need each other. Bound to need each other. So
Ultimate supporting character then. So wait.
no. They're just bound to need each other.
Then you just said he
because they
doesn't
need
really
each other.
need
he
Naruto.
does-
Okay, you guys are arguing two different points. For Sasuke's own personal agendas, it's just like Zoro's personal agendas. Does he need Luffy?
No. But
Sasuke
at the end of
need
no,
Naruto to kill
yes,
Itachi?
because they're reincarnated. They
No.
Oh my days.
Answer my point.
To kill
Sasuke's
Itachi.
main goal was to kill Itachi. Did he
Yes.
need Naruto for that?
But
No.
okay,
No.
without
no,
having a
then
rival,
we're done.
without having a rival to someone that shows him that I need to transcend this level of where we're at right now. Yeah. That's why
It's
he
like,
left the
at
village.
what-
one
at
time.
The
what
only thing
point-
about
no,
that, yeah?
but-
no?
No.
Why did he leave the village?
He
then?
was Okay, the reason why he left the village is
seek
when
power.
Orochimaru came.
Yeah,
Remember when he gave him the curse mark?
Because
power.
remember they fought on top of the
Yeah.
hotel thing, and
Yeah.
Naruto's
the hotel.
whatever, the hospital.
yeah,
It was a
hospital.
hospital. And he saw like, right, like
Yeah.
whatever I'm doing here is not working. I need to
Yes.
go get more power.
Yes.
That's why he left.
But that
Because of Naruto,
okay.
in that sense.
But that was always
True.
going to happen.
How? If
When-
Naruto's not there, how does that happen?
When-
Does Sasuke go and create the hole in the water himself?
That's true.
Bro,
That's true.
He
Do
would
you
have
know
been
what
a flat
Orochimaru said?
anyway.
Orochimaru bit him and told Kakashi, one day this boy's coming after me. Orochimaru didn't know about the whole rivalry between Naruto and Sasuke. He knew it from early. It was always bound to
Oh,
happen.
bro, I was about to.
And what destroys your argument is Sasuke left the village for 3 years. He didn't even know what Naruto was up to. Naruto could have become Hokage for those 3 years for all he knew. But he still became stronger on his own to achieve his objective to beat Itachi.
So at what point do you take away from how much the support character actually needs to help the main protagonist? Like,
He does. But then you guys argued that for me then, in terms of the ultimate villain Kaguya, they were always destined to beat her.
so in terms of how he actually do that? Does that make him? Did he actually help Naruto in the sense to become Hokage?
No.
100%. Ultimately,
How?
Naruto couldn't become
How?
Hokage unless he saved Sasuke.
Done, bro.
Ultimately.
By his own personal opinion.
Of course.
But
Which
deep-
is the most important for himself.
Okay, but deep,
For
no,
himself,
but deep at the
exactly.
end,
Well,
it's
he
still
thinks
no,
of
no, no.
himself,
But
that's
deep at the end, it's still Naruto helping Sasuke, not Sasuke helping Naruto.
Whether
It's
you
still
see it or
Naruto
not, yeah,
helping
they're
Sasuke.
helping each other. Naruto can't become Hokage unless he saves Sasuke.
Because it's a personal thing to him.
That's
Exactly.
a personal issue.
Oh my god!
He could have
Let me
been.
tell you why you're being
You're not seeing the
ignorant.
bigger
Because what
picture
you're
right
saying-
now.
No, what you said is
You're not seeing the bigger
no,
picture right
You're
now.
not seeing the bigger picture because you're saying if you're saying if Naruto went there, Sasuke would have still achieved that. If I can
Yeah.
argue if Sasuke went there,
Fam.
Naruto would have become Hokage.
Of course.
Shut up, then.
So what's the problem? So what are you debating?
No.
Naruto,
No.
the supporting character.
Exactly.
No,
So
no.
what are you
So,
talking about?
so who's the
Doesn't
supporting
make
character?
sense.
Who's the supporting character then?
Exactly.
Who's the supporting
What I'm
character?
arguing is what
I'm asking a question. Who's the supporting character?
G.
It's based off of
Jing.
someone called
What?
I said
Naruto,
G.
so
Oh.
therefore he's the MC. So
Exactly.
the supporting character
Alright, cool. So if
Sasuke
the main
supports
character is
Naruto.
the main character is Naruto, how has Sasuke helped Naruto become Hokage?
Okay.
And if you say
for Naruto's own personal agenda, if you don't understand this, yeah, I'm saying this one more time.
I know what you're saying.
Bro, for Naruto's personal pride agenda, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
he needs to save Sasuke
Nope.
for him to
Nope.
become Hokage.
Nope.
You
Yeah,
can
I-
what
argue
did he
that
say?
all you want.
What did he say?
Facts
No,
are
wait.
facts.
He said if I can't save my
friend,
friend,
facts.
yeah, then I can't.
I can't
Period.
come down.
Yeah.
So
Period.
his
Period.
primary goal is to become Hokage.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's something stopping him from doing that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's not something helping him. There's something stopping him. And I'm saying Sasuke at every point has always stopped Naruto from achieving the way he wants to achieve. Who is the main character at every point?
And deep, it doesn't even make
it
Naruto a
takes
better
till
person.
End of series.
Does it even make Naruto
Fam,
a better person?
bro,
Saving Sasuke.
Bro, do you know how many lives were sacrificed just to save Sasuke?
Wait,
Allow
you're
it,
the
man.
ultimate hypocrisy in the world.
Allow
I'm the ultimate hero.
100%.
Wow.
What did you say at the beginning?
Microphone.
You said,
Wow,
Sasuke had a rival to
okay.
keep pushing and blah, blah, blah. Where's the same energy for Naruto, my guy?
Wait.
Where's the same energy for Naruto,
So
my
you're
guy?
saying
I don't understand the
Naruto wouldn't
question.
So- so
there was
how
no
can
question
you-
there, bro.
How can you say Sasuke looked at
Nutritionist?
Sasuke for support and encouragement?
Wait,
to
Sasuke
become
looked at
stronger?
who?
Naruto.
You just said Sasuke.
Okay, wait, Sasuke looked at
Sasuke looked at Naruto for support and encouragement when he was a kid. When they fought in the hotel.
Sasuke
No, no,
looks
no.
for Naruto.
No,
No,
where's the
no,
energy
no,
for
no,
Naruto?
no.
Do you know that was
No,
a
he wasn't.
rebuttal to what you said that
Yeah,
Sasuke
but then
doesn't need Naruto?
Perfect. Bro, that's what I'm saying, G. I'm kind of ahead of you. I'm now bringing it back to the beginning to show how hypocrisy you are.
But how? When you said it to me and I rebutted you.
Thank you.
I rebutted you.
Listen, this argument, yeah, it's
This
just.
is
I feel like
circular.
because Sasuke is such a weak supporting character to even justify. That's why we can't
Your
even
character's dead, my guy.
we can't even have a constructive argument, bro.
Sam, whether you like it or not, yeah.
I
You know
don't
people
know
in the
who
world,
you are
hold on.
calling.
Alright, TJ, whether you like it or not, yeah. People look at Zoro, yeah, and they use the Sasuke archetype. People look at Zoro and say, in
Wait,
One Piece,
Zoro is not like Sasuke at all.
G, but people refer to Zoro as the Sasuke character.
No.
They do that because he's cool. The cool character. of the
Exactly.
anime. Doesn't mean no. But how does
Wait,
being cool make you a good
the
supporting
person that
This
gets
is
lost at
becoming a
every time.
circular
character? Make you a
argument.
good
I don't
supporting
know what
character,
it's
Because you
talking
are
about.
what the main character isn't.
which is not cool.
Guys, you're gonna have to keep tally over what these guys are saying. This is really becoming a circular argument.
We're 130 minutes in.
To
Hey,
me,
no, this getting cancelled. Listen,
Nah, lock it off,
what's the
guys.
last? Hey, just to round up in it. Who's losing straight off the bat?
L.
He's dead.
Yeah,
Alright, cool.
sorry.
Alright, cool.
Sorry.
So I hope your Twitter just gets fucked up, yeah, with people in your mentions.
My
But
God is stronger.
at the end of the day, when Elle died, the series died, and that's undeniable. So that just goes to show your impact. What?
I don't know about that train of logic.
Allow
YG.
it, please allow it. I'm not even doing that. So you enjoyed season 2?
It worked functionally.
Shut up, man.
You're telling me that the show died when, like, listen,
No,
leave
you
it out,
enjoyed
man.
season 2?
If-
Shut up, man.
if,
Alright, it's TJ.
if Light had died or something, the entire series is done.
Light did die.
The entire
And
thing
it's done.
continued.
Bro,
And it's done.
fam,
After he died.
It was
fam,
irrelevant.
you could ask. Anyway, we'll do a poll in it at the end of the day. But I just feel like
Word.
when Elle died, series died, sort of like.
was. What
Elle-
That seems like a personal opinion,
A lot
but
of
you
people
know.
hate Starscream, you know. As in anime heads in general,
Bro,
hate
stop-
Starscream.
now when you deep it,
And I get it. I
People
get
are,
it.
people
Bro.
are always like, always go for the good guys and the bad guys.
No.
And everyone
Yeah.
will always mainly support Naruto, then they will stop.
I just don't like
Yeah.
Sasuke because
It's
he's
been through a
whiny.
lot, man.
That's
It's
that's
been
what
very
it
absolutely
is. A lot
true.
of
And
people do
I
like
don't think
yeah,
that's
word.
necessarily
And
true.
his background story is better than Zoro's.
But that doesn't mean he doesn't like the bigger picture. It's clear to see throughout the whole anime he likes the bigger picture because that's why.
Alright,
What happened to
thank you
Itachi?
guys for tuning in to another episode
It's
of
been
the
a bit
Anime
peak.
Podcast.
Guys, this episode has been very passionate. That's the word I'd use. Very
Yeah.
heated. And hopefully you guys can listen through all the shouting and I still appreciate the episode.
Iron out those
And let us
inaccuracies
know.
that some of us
Yeah.
have been stating. Damn, I'm looking.
Let
good.
us know if you like these type of
Yeah,
episodes.
let us know who are your
Yeah.
best supporting characters if
Because
we've
Osh-
missed any of them.
I reckon
And why?
because
yes.
we're still a growing podcast. We're still making mistakes. We're still learning it along the way.
Right.
Yeah.
We just want to know if this is something you guys like really enjoyed, the dimensions of this episode. Literally, tell us you want more, and I will be more than happy to make this happen.
Yeah, give us suggestions as well for what you'd like to see.
Definitely,
Yeah,
man.
give us your
Dude,
question.
yeah, man. And follow.
So if you have any sort of arguments you can give to us to back
Yes.
Don't give to Madra's daughter,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah.
Because she
Yeah.
thinks me
Listen,
Nah, don't do
If
that.
you've got any good supporting arguments for anybody on this team apart from Mercs over there because he's wilding,
Wow.
then let us know in it.
But yeah,
Otherwise,
thanks for listening to another episode of the Animates Podcast. Catch you next time. Peace.
bye. Peace out.